What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time I'm taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap, coming off his boring Disney Valley stream where he struggled to hit the tip goal. And our boy Phil is upset with the dents. The tips have dried up. The pity tips have dried up ever since he lost stream elements. He, of course, initially got that bump. The den heads rallied and gave our boy Phil some money for a couple days. And then Saturday, he did the React content for Keemstar. And he made a nice chunk of change. But sadly, Sunday, Monday, and probably today, our boy Phil has just not gotten the tips. And he is not happy. And of course, he got the big bills coming up. Internet bill, the condo dues. You know, you can't forget those. You know, he owes, what, $3,000 on those two bills by themselves. And our boy Phil is desperate. So I'm going to create a separate video after this where I want to talk about and examine the last few days to see where Phil is at and to see why he's complaining that he's not making enough tips. But let's get into this video. By the way, we definitely going to play some Whiterun. Our boy Phil is crying about not feeling well. He's just toughing it out the job. He actually talks about his playing video games for money as a job and that it's wearing him down and that it's tough. I'm pretty sure Phil thinks that he has a worse job than, say, a sewer cleaner. So let's get into the video, pimps.
What's up, guys? Phil here with the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 3rd of October, 2022. What a day. We started off today with an episode of the Level 1 podcast recapping one of the worst nights of my life. No exaggeration. It was a very, very rough night last night, and I outlined that big story on the show in great detail. Sadly, it's a result of
Yeah, that's bullshit. He wanted sympathy because he wanted more tips.
me working. And, you know, I don't really like having that be a part of my life. I like that my work is fun. But at the same time, you know, I actually put myself kind of in harm's
Grind
way
emojis in the chat,
weekend,
pimps.
and I would hope that I don't do that moving forward.
Wait. Did he just say he put himself in harm's way? Really? Really, Phil? Phil, you're a 40-year-old man going on 70, sitting on your ass playing video games for money. For money. And you act like, you know, you act like you're a coal miner in the 1900s. That's what you act like you do. That you work for 12 hours straight, you know, for 3 pennies and a loaf of bread, you know, and maybe some coupons for the company store. That's what it sounds like you do, Phil. When you don't do any of that, your ass doesn't get up to 10. You know, you sleep until 10 o'clock in the morning. First of all, and probably even longer than that. You probably sleep till about 10:15, 10:30. Then your ass gets up and you stream for several hours playing video games. That's not a tough life, Phil. And I know you like to claim that you had swollen brain syndrome. It sounded like you had the DTs. You know, you had a little bit too much gin. That's what it sounds like. But anyway, let's keep going.
So we'll have to look at the future and see how to avoid that. Because the sad fact is I just can't take time off from working. But at the same time, I can't make myself sick. Full story available on the podcast if you didn't see it, okay? We also covered some interesting game news. Oh my god. If I didn't tell you I told you so before, holy crap is this news story. Man. Then, we started up with the conclusion of Earthbound. The good news here today is that we wrapped up Earthbound, alright? Despite the fact that we had setbacks last week with the nonsense that happened with tipping and the trolls and all the bullshit, it's all in the past. We were able to have a full and fun stream of Earthbound. We wrapped it up. We even had a little bit of extra time for Q&A afterward. I would just like to say thank you to all of you who watched and supported the Earthbound playthrough, whether it was on stream or on demand, or maybe even both. It was very special to me, being that that's a game that I grew up with when I was a kid. I'd only played it once for you guys before 9 years ago, and it was not an interactive or meaningful playthrough in that regard. It was more just like me kind of playing it for myself. This time around, sharing that as an interactive playthrough with you guys meant a lot. It really did. It was very special to me. So thank you for that. I loved having that opportunity, okay? There you go. Tonight's late stream was Disney Dreamlight Valley. And that went well, too. 2 hours of good progress. We didn't unlock anyone new this week. But we did a lot of progress with quest lines. New resources unlocked. All kinds of fun stuff. Great interaction, again, with the audience. It was a good time overall. Didn't get to play it twice this week, only the once, mostly because of special events and other things that kind of interceded with me being able to play it a second time. But we had a great time, and I'm going to see if maybe next week we can play it twice since you guys seem to like the game so much, okay? Now, I am going to say this. Last couple of days, support's been kind of slow, but it's funny because Saturday for the drama-filled marathon about Keemstar, this support was great. And as much as I appreciate...
By the way, he also did well on Thursday and Friday when he lost the stream elements, when he got banned from stream elements for hateful slurs. But I'll get into a video. I'll get into a separate video about that because, you know, our boy Phil loves to live day by day and doesn't, you know, I think he has a memory problem, you know, due to we know what. But I'll get into that because I have a nice long rant about that.
People coming out and supporting the marathons, I just don't want it to be all about drama. You know what I'm saying? Like the last 2 days, admittedly, we're doing Evil Within, an older playthrough I've already done. We're doing Earthbound. You know, we're doing Fishing. We're doing Disney. I get it. It's all chill, fun playthroughs. But people have historically supported the chill, fun playthroughs. In particular over this summer when there was really nothing new going on. Alright? Now, tomorrow, which we're about to talk about, is a new game release. I would hope that maybe some of you who were staying away during the summer downtime and the older games that I was replaying will hopefully at least give the stream a shot tomorrow since I'll be doing new stuff. Alright? I hope things will pick up. Because as I was saying to people on the stream today, for as good as one day is for a marathon, when I have 2 slow days afterwards, it evens out. And, you know, I'm basically looking at, you know, stuff coming up, and I'm like, now I'm going to get nervous again. Here we go again. Every month it's like the same story, I know. So hopefully, things will go better for the next 2 days, because indeed, I am streaming for 2 more days this week before I go on a break on Thursday. Okay? So let's talk about that. Tomorrow is the premiere of Overwatch 2. Maybe. The reason I say that is, after kind of doing some research on how this whole thing's going down, I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I don't really have much confidence that even Blizzard is going to pull this off. And here's what I mean by that. First of all, there is no proper way to link your Battle.net account with your previous Overwatch game unless you've played it within the last, like, year. Because I have a Battle.net account, I logged into it, I have linked it with my PlayStation and Xbox Live accounts in the hopes of having it recognized that I owned Overwatch 1, so I don't have to grind to unlock all 35 characters in the game. It doesn't work. It does nothing at all. It doesn't care. It's just like, nah, you never played it. Alright? That's disconcerting. It makes me feel like they didn't really think this through, because some people are actually telling me, oh, did you know that if you had logged into Overwatch before the whole game went down, because it did, it went down yesterday permanently, there's no more Overwatch 1. Apparently, if you had logged in the interim, like I haven't played it in like 5 years, it would have prompted, oh, link your Battle.net account and get everything linked up. But no one said to do that. Even on the internet, like I'm following all the social media trends, literally, no one said, oh, warning, it's important that you do this ahead of time. So here I am thinking I'm all good, I'm set, and now come to find out I might not be. Okay? So number 1, that's an issue. Number 2, you can't even preload the game. It's not available on Xbox Live or, you know, PlayStation Store. It's just not there. So I can't preload it. I have to wake up in the morning and hope that it's there when everyone else is going to probably be trying to preload it last minute too. Is that going to kill the network? You know, who knows? Now, in addition to all of that, supposedly, if everything, you know, is going right, the game is supposed to launch tomorrow at noon Pacific time. Now, for those that tune into my stream, you know my stream starts 10:45 a.m., but I do a podcast. The podcast typically ends around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then I jump into gameplay. So that's good, because it'll give about a half an hour for if any problems happen or whatever to settle. But how much do you want to bet that at 12 noon, you're going to have like 1 million people across all these different platforms, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, I don't even know if it's on Switch, but they're all going to try to log in at once. And it's going to destroy that server, and then to make matters even worse, because Blizzard didn't preempt everyone, everyone's going to be trying to migrate their accounts over to get credit for owning Overwatch 1 so they don't have to grind to unlock the characters.
You guys heard it. Blizzard is a detractor. They did all this to upset Phil to make sure that they ruin his stream so that he can't get the tips.
This is going to be a nightmare. You're going to have the servers having errors. You're probably going to have account transfer errors. It's just going to, I guarantee you, this thing's going to flop. There's going to be problems, okay? So here's the deal. If everything works tomorrow, which I hope it does, because I want to play Overwatch 2 for you guys all day long if I can, okay? If it works, we'll be playing it for the first and second streams. If it doesn't work for the first stream, our audible plan, our backup plan, we're going to do the Evil Within instead. Okay? We've already gotten to the playthrough. It's no problem just jumping right back in and continuing on with that. That would be fine. Alright? So that's the backup plan if Overwatch 2 doesn't work. Now, if Overwatch 2 doesn't work on the first stream, we'll give it a chance on the late stream. Okay? If it doesn't even work on the late stream, well, then we're probably just going to jump into Game Pass and do something from there. I don't know if it'll be one of the games we tried last time. I don't know if it'll be Dead Space. We'll see. But it'll be something Game Pass related. And then, hopefully, even if it doesn't work on launch day, hopefully the game will work by Wednesday. If it doesn't work by Wednesday, we're just going to do Evil Within again. And then Wednesday night, again, just more Game Pass stuff. Or maybe even Disney Dreamlight Valley. And who knows when this thing's going to work. But you would hope they're going to have their act together. You would hope this will work. I don't know. Making it free to play, I don't really have confidence. I think so many people are going to be trying to play this at once. The whole thing's going to fail. And in addition, like I said, the fact that so many people didn't understand about the whole account migration, including Battle.net and everything. You know, I had Battle.net set up to work. I had a phone number in it. I linked all my accounts to it. And it still doesn't recognize that I own the game. That's pretty pathetic. Like, what was the point, right? So, I guess we're going to see how this works out tomorrow. Okay, guys? Alright, guys, thank you for a great streaming day. Have a good night. Fingers crossed that Overwatch works tomorrow. Fingers crossed that we get some support tomorrow to help make up for the 2 slow days. And let's just... fingers crossed. Alright? Thank you all. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace out.
Alrighty, folks. Crying emojis in the chat for our boy Phil. He's just having a rough couple days. The tips aren't coming in. Overwatch, he hopes, will save the channel. And we shall see. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take a look out for my next video that's coming out in a few minutes. I'm going to rip into our boy Phil and his obsession with tips. Peace out.